So I just finished Dan Brown's The Secret of Secrets. If you haven't read this novel yet and you guys are a Dan Brown fan, I highly recommend it. This is way better than Origins and Inferno was. This is classic Dan Brown. Of course, Robert Langdon is in a foreign country, so this time he's in Prague. And in true Robert Langdon fashion, he ends up in trouble with the local authorities and with some other higher powers. And of course, all hell breaks loose. And he has to solve his way out. Except this time he's not alone. This time he has, finally, Dan Brown, thank you for this one, Robert has a girlfriend. How long have we all been waiting for that to happen? I mean, realistically. This book, I'm really happy with. It was really good. It's a recent release. It came out probably mid to end of last year, so 2025. This was well worth the read. It's not that big of a book. It looks a lot smaller than it is. There's 671 pages in this book. If you're not the type of person that reads the acknowledgements, if you are, then there's a couple more. But this was really good. I'm going to give this an overall rating of probably 4.5, I want to say. The only little thing that I had issues with in this one, his girlfriend is a world-renowned scientist in the novel, and there was a lot of technological stuff, there was a lot of scientific stuff, there was a lot of references to a lot of scientific government programs. I'm probably going to get myself in trouble for saying that, but there was a lot of references in this to a lot of programs that are going on, and it almost took away from the story a little bit, because there were words probably about this long that you were like, how in the you pronounce that? But other than that, this was a great read. It was true Robert Langdon. It was perfect combination of action, of chaos, of puzzle solving, of mystery. This left me guessing until the very end, and there was a plot twist right near the end where you think you have everything figured out and you know what's going on, and all of a sudden it's like, here's the wrench. No, you don't. You have no idea what's going on. So if you haven't read this book, if you're a Dan Brown fan, if you've read any of his other books like The Da Vinci Code, The Lost Symbol, etc., you're going to enjoy this. You really are. So if you haven't looked into this novel, you definitely should.